Hey guys, it is Thursday in the morning-ish. It is raining. My landlord asked me to check on the drains to the basement doors, and I got no problem with that. I don't want flooding here either. There was flooding like a couple days ago, like a little bit that I noticed and cleared, but nothing to worry about right now. So yeah, it was coming down. A little bit later, Thursday, took out some trash and stuff. It's not raining the whole day, but it's got that rainy day vibe. And I hung up this magnetic strip that I've had for like years now and was never really sure where to put it. I'm gonna put it next to my work table. Really gotta reorganize this. Ever since I put this shelf on its side, it's like, it doesn't really hold as much stuff as it could in a way that I like. So I don't know, I'll figure it out. I putzed around and did that kind of junk most of Thursday. But yeah, Friday morning, woke up with a message from Adam. I told him that my computer's parts are probably going to arrive today. He was concerned. He was like, is there any tracking updates on the thing? Because him and Don are going to go to a gym and do some working out. And, they don't want computer parts on their porch for like an hour, potentially. So I rode over there and I was like, you know what, I'll just hang out and watch, make sure nothing, they're not just lying there. So they're at the gym and I'm walking Bento around. Figured might as well. Taking up and down the street. I'll more or less keep an eye on if a truck comes by. And that's fine. Didn't really seem like any trucks were coming by. And it's good to get Bento a little outside time. He's excited to see me, so happy to walk with him a little bit. He didn't seem like he wanted to walk a crazy amount. Anyways, Adam and Don are back from the gym. No parts. But yesterday, the power supply was the only part that I ordered from Amazon in order to save like $50. But that arrived. And it's looking good. They didn't have the product box on the page. It's nice that it says it's 50 series ready. So that's what I'm getting. So yeah, I kind of just hung out for a while. Ate some veggies with Adam. That was pretty tasty. Fresh broccoli. And yeah, they're talking about pumpkin game stuff. They've got like they've kind of been crunching for pumpkin game to get released in the beginning of October. There's a ton of dragonflies out here. So yeah, Adam's working on pumpkin game. And I went with Don to get Bento a proper run for the day. And yeah, man, it's just like really fall out here. Every now and again, I'm like looking over my shoulder and be like, is that the Pure Later guy? It's being shipped by Pure Later, but just a bunch of different trucks. So, no parts yet. I had a shower and a bit of a nap in the basement. I was kind of tired. Hey, I got their message and I was like, well, I'll just come over right now then. So, chilled out for a little bit. But, I didn't want to just like hang out in their house during the workday like the whole day. So, I went over to the Classic Value Village, have a look around here. And my dad actually asked me to see if I could find one of these like male-to-male like audio cables. Forget the exact, I don't know, whatever millimeter port thing it is. You guys know how it is. So I found one that I thought was good and looked at these cameras. Just need to see some of this old tech. And this old press. I like that. No use for it, but so one of those things is going to last multiple lifetimes. Then I found a better audio cable. I'm pretty sure this one looks identical on both plugs. Because the other one had like 3 of those black rings, so I don't know. It's a little bit different. This one I think will work. and a floppy disk drive, I'm pretty sure this thing is. Which part of me was like, ooh, think of all the floppy disks I could look at, but realistically I'm not looking at any floppy disks. So, just need to look at some stuff there. Then I looked online for some other thrift shops that are kind of nearby, and I usually don't go much further east than that, I don't know, main station, but there was a place near Dawes Road that had old video games, a lot of Japanese imported stuff, and that's just neat to look at. It wasn't crazy marked up. I guess their Smash Bros was kind of crazy. Like, I found that in Japan for 300 yen, and they're selling it for 40. Maybe it's a popular one, so it is what it is. You can play a Japanese N64 kart on an N64 in America. You have to either mod the N64 to like remove a plastic pin, or I've heard that you can just take off the back plate of the cartridge and that'll make it compatible. It's just like some plastic is in the way. That's really all it did to control it. Also picked up some peanut butter and some Pepsi. And yeah, I saw a video of a guy who made a pickled Pepsi. It's like some pickle juice and Pepsi. So I was like, let's give it a try.
Pickle Pepsi.
And in the video, he loved it. But it was terrible. So as I was drinking pickled Pepsi, the doorbell rang, and it's the Pure Later man. He brought the computer stuff. So, pretty cool. And it did happen around like 5-ish, so it is like done. It's gonna stop working and help me build this PC. So yeah, here's all the parts. Adam went off to get some bubble tea. You know, you gotta get that hydrate while we doing some PC building. We're laying out all the parts. We're like, yep, everything's here. We're good to start building. Yeah, gotta get the glamour shots of like, yeah, look at all these parts. And I got a POG for the thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, the motherboard. You know, we didn't plan this, but all the parts are like black, so everything like matches pretty well. That's cool. And yeah, Don's mostly telling me what to do, and I'll do it. I've built a PC with my brother before, but that was like 10 years ago. And, you know, I just don't really remember a lot of things. And different things like the NVMe drives, that wasn't a thing when I built the PC with my brother. Which is just like a small solid state drive that attaches directly to the motherboard. And it like goes in at a 30 to 40-ish degree angle and like, you like bend it down. I don't think I ever put in an NVMe drive before, so having Don around to like tell me how to do it, pretty nice. There's like just a ton of like little details that kind of get glossed over in instructions or like other people's PC build videos. So yeah, all in all, it's going pretty alright, pretty smooth in general. I mean, Don and Adam just build PCs, so I feel like they're kind of like refreshed on a lot of the finer details. Putting on the thermal paste. I saw a thing where like there's like a guide template and you can like put the perfect amount on. Apparently that's not necessary. You can kind of just like put too much on and it would be fine. Like there's videos about it. I don't think I put too much on. I feel like I was like maybe a little bit light, but not really. When we like looked at it close up, there was thermal paste coming out around the edges, which is apparently what you want. And yeah, this cooler is kind of giant. It's got like a long thin hole so you can get at that screw in the bottom. And it did come with a screwdriver. It was like tucked into the foam, so we almost missed it. But we've got everything together. Now we're trying to put these like pegs into the case. I guess some of the motherboards don't need all of these like standoff pegs. So there's 3 of them that we had to put in, and one of them was like kind of catching in a weird way. It's hard to get in there, but eventually we got everything flush. We got all the screws in, and yeah, the screwdriver that came with the fan was pretty nice since it's magnetic. We were able to get some of the, screws that weren't like perfectly fitting. Just lift those out of there, but all the ones that did go in felt good. That was probably one of the biggest hang-ups, is like some of the weird screws and stuff, like not feeling great. Trying to get it to be like, as good as it can be kind of thing. And Don's doing cable management stuff, and I'm like looking on the other side. Overall looking good. This is the first turning it on, and everything is working fine. It's that Be Quiet fan is like literally silent, so we're just like, oh, it is everything, it's just working. It was just literally silent. And it got to the post screen first try. Everything's looking good. Again, Don like knows everything in here. It's just like, yeah, we gotta change the memory profile so you're like getting the correct speed for your RAM. And that seemed like a good spot to take a mini break. Made sure Bento had a little walk before we went out to dinner. Keto Delia. Yeah, new keto restaurant opened up in their area. This is day 2 of being opened apparently. We got a burger, and I wasn't really in the mood for like gimmick keto food, so I just got a salad. And we're all kind of like, yeah, it's their second day. Maybe they'll improve one day, but it wasn't great. It like took them like 40 minutes to make the food, and kind of like, why? It's just some salad and a burger. Maybe it's more of a bakery place, I don't know. But anyways, back to the PC. We're putting in the graphics card, and yeah, doing cable management kind of stuff. Again, the screws were like really not going into this like back plate thing. Like really had to use a lot of force to get those in there. I was like, this feels wrong, but maybe this is just how it is. It's like almost like you're making the, what's it called, the teeth or whatever, as we're like screwing it in. But yeah, I'm like, Don, we gotta put this cable so it like goes down. In my mind, I'm like, gravity go down, cable go down. In the graphics card, it came with a sag post, an anti-sag post, which I like. Graphics cards are so big in the standard cases like these, sometimes they tend to sag. So with that little post there, it won't sag. That's just gravity, It's got a post against gravity. So everything is in there. Fans all connected, all the little pins and stuff. Seems like everything is good. We've put it on the carpet. Get some dust in there. That's good. Plugged everything into the TV. And we're installing Windows. Initial install was like not compatible. We had to change some more things in the BIOS. The secure boot stuff, a little bit weird. You execute the Microsoft secure boot check mode or whatever. A little bit annoying, but now it can install Windows 11. Which again, I'm like, a new thing? I don't want it to be like that. You see how all the icons are in the center? I hated that. We immediately made it so all the icons go to the left now, like it used to. That's right. That's my boomer take, is I want all the icons on the left, guys. Like I grew up with, okay? Some things are sacred, and like icons in the bottom left, that's one of them. Anyways, we got everything set up enough to play games, and it's gotten late. Around like 1 a.m., Adam and Don have gone to bed, and they're like, you can download whatever you want. Since they have gigabyte speed internet and unlimited download, it's like, it's going to take me like 2 or 3 days to download the amount of stuff that I downloaded in like 2 hours in their basement. But yeah. I took care of that spider, by the way. I was gonna kill it by putting it in this vacuum, but it was still alive in there. And then I dumped it in a bush, and I couldn't see it anymore. It just like, my eyes immediately lost it. I'm like, oh my god. I hope I'm not touching this thing and it's out of here. Yeah, the basement spider is probably good, you know? It's probably better for the spider to live in a bush where there's a ton of bugs. And, like, I don't know how many bugs are in the basement that, like, it's living off of them, but I don't know. I just don't want to have a spider next to my head, guys. Sorry.